Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and television shows and talk about them. Today, I want to talk about 65. It comes from writer and director duo Scott Beck and Brian Woods, most famous for their work on A Quiet Place. The film's story revolves around a ship crash landing on an alien planet. The pilot, Mills, awakens to find that most of the ship's passengers are dead, but one young girl survived. He seeks her out, and together they try to find a way off of the planet. On my first watch, I thought this film was a simple, slightly terrifying journey of a young girl and an older man bonding over their experience surviving a dinosaur-infested planet. On my second watch, I discovered that it's actually a film about grief. Mills is ironically saved by crash landing on this planet, and the journey that he goes on to save Koa is actually about him trying to find a reason to live. The film is consistent in its storytelling and presents a solid flow of excitement, with almost no exposition and very little dialogue. There are a few jump scares, some battles between Mills and the dinosaurs, and a big finale. Most of the film relies on physical acting, and most of the deeper story is told subtly through expression and momentary flashbacks. The film has a relatively small cast, with 2 characters only appearing in flashbacks and 2 characters in the present. It's filled with elements of man versus nature and elements of man versus self. Mills and Koa face off against a multitude of different dinosaurs and natural pitfalls, and Mills is forced to grow and face his inner turmoils in order to protect them both. The dinosaurs never appear as a character and are only ever seen as a force of nature. That said, they act intelligently for animals and present a real threat to Koa and Mills. They inflict multiple injuries on him and threaten both of their lives numerous times. Adam Driver as Mills is a strong and silent character who displays a level of fallibility that most modern heroes don't. He is a good shot. He is smart, he will play dress up with kids, and he also makes life-threatening mistakes. He gets nervous, gives up, and starts the film in a serious depression. Throughout the film, you are left constantly wondering whether or not he'll survive, if this journey to save Koa is going to cost him his life, or if he even wants to survive. Adam Driver's performance is raw, and filled with subtle emotions that don't quite make sense at first. Why is he so sullen? Why is he so quick to give up? After you know his backstory, his actions make perfect sense. Unlike Mills, you can be fairly certain Ariana Greenblatt's Koa is going to survive, but at some point, you start to worry about whether she'll be okay on her own. Her character shows off a high level of intelligence and competency, but she's still a kid and clings to Mills for dear life. Over the course of the film, her character is traumatized time and again, but she holds on to hope that if they reach the mountain, she'll see her family again. The big emotional moment near the end was a little underwhelming from Greenblatt, but she played the rest of the film well. She's mostly playing a scared child, but the way she mocks him and tries to bond with him is endearing, and I laughed at how proud she looked every time she surprised him. Production-wise, the film is great. The sets are beautiful forests, mountainsides, geyser-filled plateaus, caves, and a beach with a nice view. Almost the entire film takes place outside, which is a refreshing change from most modern films. The technology that Mills uses and his ship are aesthetically pleasing to look at and slightly futuristic, while still maintaining a lot of human qualities. The camera work is smooth, picks a ton of cool angles while still centering the characters well, and the film executes some of the cleanest jump scares I've seen in a long time. You'll just be taking in the environment alongside Mills or Koa when suddenly you notice they aren't alone, that there is a glowing pair of eyes behind them. The CGI dinosaurs are lifelike in texture and move fluidly. They show off a little bit of intelligence in how they attack, and actually manage to hurt Mills quite a bit over the course of the film. They also aren't overused. They show up at regular intervals, stay long enough to get a good scene out of them, and then the film goes back to the journey. The battles are fun and exciting, with Mills constantly running into trouble, running out of tools, and having to come up with a creative solution in order to survive. When Koa joins in on the action, it doubles the excitement, and both of them get several big moments on the journey. They also face a couple of non-battle related challenges that they manage to solve, and the film turns each into exciting character building and bonding moments. The soundtrack is made up of orchestral background tracks and has this solemn and adventurous vibe to it. It ramps up in speed and intensity when the dinos are around and goes soft during lighthearted scenes. It follows the mood in each of the scenes but tends to be a bit generic, like it could have come out of any adventure movie. It works really well with emotions, always picking the right one, and it follows the scenery closely, but without a unique sound, it falls a little flat. Overall, I found the film to be an exciting adventure with a few delectable layers underneath. It doesn't try anything all that new or exciting, mostly combining tropes from different genres, but it does each of them well and stands out as a well-polished product. Driver does a fantastic job creating a fascinating character. The dinos are terrifying and put up a solid fight. The visuals are all beautiful nature shots juxtaposed with Driver and Greenblatt as tiny figures against the vast expanse of the majestic mountainside, and the soundtrack follows it all precisely even if it isn't entirely unique. It's a fun film on the surface, and below that it's a film about a man finding a reason to live. It works on both levels, and I thoroughly enjoyed it both times I saw it. 8 out of 10. Remember guys, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you thought about the film in the comments down below.
Tomorrow.